In this video, I'll show you how you build a micro AI SaaS that you can build and sell to any business that you like to. I'll show you how you build custom AI web applications that can take things like voice notes and images. We'll then dynamically store all of that information, and we'll be using AI to analyze both the images and the voice recordings itself to generate effectively completely custom reports that look like this using the images and anything we want to, any kind of data like that. And the entire system that I'm going to show you how to do is incredibly configurable, so you can use this in any number of ways to sell to essentially any kind of business that you like with the micro SaaS product. And this video is a part 2 to this video right here on how to build an AI SaaS that prints money. In that video, I go into a lot of detail. I'll show you how you can add payment systems to your SaaS companies, loads of cool stuff like that. So if you haven't seen that video already, go and check that out, and I'll be waiting for you right here when you get back. If you've rejoined us again, welcome back. Now, grab that coffee and let's dive into part 2. Now, part 2 is really cool because I'm going to show you some different modalities and a slightly different way to think about AI SaaS. So this is going to be something that we can give to businesses. And when I show you how you configure this and how this entire thing sets up, you'll see just how modular it actually is. So I'm going to start by showing you how this works, and then we're going to build it all together step by step. The automation we're going to build in this video, okay, is a really funny one. It is, if I can pull the right page up here, it is parking warriors. So the idea of this one is that, let's just say that you work for a parking company and you see somebody that's done a park, like they parked on a stern, and you're like, dude, that's not okay. The way this is going to work is someone's going to take a photo of it and they're going to give you like an audio message. You're going to say, hey, something's gone wrong with it. This plonk has done ABC. And then what this automation is going to do is take the image, show everything in a table, and do some analysis. So let's record a message first and let's just upload a photo. So first thing I'm going to do is upload a photo of some crazy parking scenario that we've seen. So I've seen this guy taking a car. I'm a parking ticket guy, and I want to basically give a voice note so we can generate a custom report to get this guy fined, or you can imagine the kind of use cases, right? So let's record a little message. I was out on my duties, minding my business. I come across the most egregious parking example I've ever seen. The guy in the blue car may not be aware, but he cannot actually park on top of other cars. We hit stop. And then we can see we've got the audio recorded, photo recorded, and then what the agent would do in this case is they just put their email address in like so. And then what we would do is we would have this scenario running in the background, which will be doing so automatically. And then we come over and then we hit on send data. Once we hit send data, all this information then is successfully sent over. Here's an example of one that I did earlier with the guy parking on the rock, and we can see the custom report right there. So we come over, for example, what happens? The webhook grabs the data, it grabs the audio file, it grabs the photos, it grabs the email address, it then uploads a file, it downloads the file. We're now going to convert it into an MP3. Once we've converted it into MP3, we're going to transcribe it with ChatGPT with its whisper functionality so we can get verbatim everything that the individual said. We'll see why I've done that in a second. We get the image. We basically get the language model to explain what the image is, what it's seeing. We then feed this report maker 2 pieces of data. We feed it what the image looks like, and also all the commentary from the individual. And based on those 2 things and custom prompts it could build, say for example, then you may have certain like requirements for your documentation, it can then go ahead and develop that. We're then going to create a new template, get a PDF from it, upload it, download it, and put it in Airtable. So what that basically means is if I refresh Airtable here, for instance, we should see a third record. And there you go, guys, check this one out. So this is the latest one. We've got the audio filing. We've got what the transcript of what the individual said. We've got the custom PDF. We've got the image. And then we've got the image description, which I think is pretty cool. And then what is the best part? The best part is if we come back over to Softr now, on this page here, I'm going to refresh it for us. And then all this stuff will be readily available for us in a database filtered by that particular individual. So as you can see here, we've got, here's the thing, here's what I said about it. I was out on my duties, minding my business. Cool. And then we can check out the whole custom PDF report that we've got. So let's check out what that looks like. You have been caught by the parking warriors. There's the thing there. Produced by, and it's auto-dynamically populated the individual's email address. Attention, blue car owner, this is officer ticket, and we have a vehicular travesty on our hands. No, it's not mere parking violation, it's a full-on crime spree on wheels. On this otherwise serene day in the parking lot kingdom, your blue car has brazenly executed a hostile takeover of a hapless silver car. Obviously, I gave it some kind of like, I pepped it up a little bit actually. So I basically said like, it will basically describe everything. And then we've got this other stuff here. Flames pop properly could unleash a cataclysmic chain of events. We agree. And then we've got about us. And then all these custom PDFs, guys, will be generated for anything you want to. So we've got custom images. We've got custom text. You could like, and I want you to think about this as like a baseline, and you can build on top of it. So everything we do here, any information you want, any audio, video, text, we can put it through to Webhook, and create custom reports like that. So I'm going to show you exactly how you build the entire thing. And finally, the other cool thing is that this will be based on an individual sign-in. So if we have like a company with 10 employees, they can all get access, and they can either see only the ones that they've upgraded, they've uploaded, or it could be like everybody in the particular business that you would like, and they can simply just upload this on their phone, on the go, whenever they want to. My name's Jack. My YouTube channel and my school community are about a couple of things. We are about the latest AI. We are about incredible automations. But most importantly, we are about the stuff that actually works. So if you have not already, please grab that coffee and let's dive straight in. Now, if you are part of the group, very quick FYI, if you ever want to upload these scenarios instead of creating them, all you ever have to do is come down to more, click on import blueprint, you select the file, you hit save, and the entire automation will populate for you automatically. Where those are, just very quickly for your benefit, is you find all the different automations that you want in the classroom. It's under every AI automation. You can scroll down, look at the one that you want. Say you want this one here, scroll down. You can just simply download the scenario and upload them. In the classroom, you can unlock loads of cool stuff like $1,600 worth of software, up to free lifetime membership at level 8. Lots of cool benefits for you as you level up. Now, in this video, we're gonna build this entire thing step by step. Well, to do that, we're going to start with the webhook, okay? So I'm going to delete this one and we're going to build it together. But of course, we are nothing without our formalities. So we'll call this one parking. Let's call this one parking ninjas, okay? Because we are parking ninjas. And I'll put BTG in the background so we know exactly that we're building this one together. We give it our pattern pending ninja emoji. Beautiful, done, phenomenal. Now, first thing I want you to do in this make scenario is come here and find webhook like so. And I want you to create custom webhook like so. Let's just copy this so we can do that. Click on add, click on the webhook name, give it something that you can remember, click save, and then we've got this wonderful, beautiful URL there. Just for your benefit very quickly, if you're not aware on this is the software stack we're using, you know, Airtable, Softr, and Make, all really straightforward. I'll put all the links down below in the description so you can just push the buttons and get started as and when you need to. Now, the first thing that we need, so there's really three levels to this, if you think about it, okay? We have what they're interacting with, which in this video here is Softr. That's like the database. That's like what I showed you here, okay? That's what this is. We have the front bit that they interact with, the front end. Then we need to take all of that data and we need to put it somewhere, which is in our database, which is in this thing here called Airtable. Airtable, if you're not familiar, Google Sheets, but 1 billion times better. So this will keep all our data, this will store all our data, our attachments, our text. And then the third thing that we need here is the cool bit, the automation that sits in the middle of the entire thing. And that is really the magic and the brains behind your AI SaaS. And that's where you can really show up and be differentiated, because if you could give someone a fully fledged and developed app, and I built this in a couple of hours, like this morning, you could give someone this fully fledged app, like, dude, I mean, it looks like, you know, you've spent $40,000, $50,000. No one knows how much time or money you spent developing this. It's ridiculous. And this is the bit here, guys. I want you to think about the sandwich in the middle. You know, the filling makes a difference. You got to remember that. Put that on the wall somewhere. The filling makes a difference. And this is the bit where you can really be different and create something really exciting with your prompts, with your systems, with the data you bring in and the analysis. So those are the three levels, okay? Front end, the technology automation, and then we've also got the storage at the bottom. And then we just send things back and forth like a car on a motorway. So now we've basically developed our webhook. I'll show you how to do that. By the way, this application here that I'm using, I'll give it you completely for free. I'll put a link down below in the description so you can just grab all the code and use that with this automation. So you can try it out for yourself and build on it. Now, let's start with our Airtable, okay? So here's me looking at some incredible parking situations. Let's go over to Airtable and build out our entire base. So we come down to bottom left, we click on create, and we click on start from scratch. For naming consistency, I'm gonna just copy this name over here so we can grab it and go. By the way, I'm not sure if current parking things are as sophisticated as what we're building here, but you can see it's a silly example, but you can really sort of see the difference. So we need two fields, okay? We need one for employees. In this crazy case, this is something where we have, let's say, a parking company with 10 individuals or something, and we say, great, we're gonna give you, these individuals can create accounts, that sort of stuff. So for that, we want their name, their email, their unique ID, and then when it was created and when it was last modified. This thing here is just something that creates a unique ID for that customer in our database, and I'll show you how to use that in just a second. So let's go back over here to our beautiful scenario. So we've got their name, we want their email, like so, that's cool. We'll come over to the right. We want a unique ID, right? And we'll put that in there. And then for this one, just come down for formula. Awesome. And then formula, just put this here. It's like record ID. Awesome. And then instead of assignee, click on edit, just put created time. Created time right there. Perfect. Wonderful. And then here, exactly the same thing, except for this time, just type in last modified time. Incredible. So guys, what this basically means is when someone joins the company, they'll create an account, they'll be stored into this part here. So we're gonna call this one here, employees, with some googly eyes like so. Awesome, click save, and that's basically all that you need to do. I'm gonna create a fake employee here. We'll call this one Rocky Marciano, and this will be Rocky Boy 77 at outlook.com. Cool, beautiful, we've got our first guy. Now we want to add in a new one. Let's come here, start from scratch. All right, cool. So parking fines, let's have a look. So first of all is going to be email. In other words, who's the individual that's lifting it up there. Let's do another one for unique ID. I'm gonna do record underscore ID, like so. So let's start off with that. So come here, edit field, just type in attachment. And here we will call this one voice. Beautiful. And then again, edit on this one, and then call this one transcript. Let's make it like a note, so we know that it's what it's to do with transcript. And then again, we just need to make sure it's correct. So that's long text. Then we're going to need the report that we're going to dynamically populate. Come here, let's do attachment. Call this one nice. And then guys, we just basically keep repeating the process. This one's going to be image. Beautiful. Let's go down to attachment. We like that very much. So image, description. Obviously guys, add as many fields as you want in this, of course, you know what I'm saying? It really could be anything that you want. Image description, let's just do long text. And then we want created time. Beautiful, and then last modified time at the end. Last modified time, cool. Beautiful, and then we click create field. All right guys, now you've actually completed this Airtable. The next thing I want to do is head over to Softr to build out the website, the environment, the software we're going to be using. So to do that, let's head over to Softr and build a new cool application, okay? Let's just sign in here, for instance. Or, well, you won't log in, you'll create one if you haven't done one before, but hopefully do one at this stage. So let's create a new app. So to do that, we're going to top left, which is start from scratch. We want the home. Don't worry about any of these things. These 5 will be key. These guys will be fine. And then create a new application. And obviously there's like a billion different Softr things that you could build, all based on the kind of thing that you'd want to. So let's start off with the basics. I'm just gonna do this all in one blast so you can see it. We're gonna start off with the theme very briefly. Of course, we're not savages last time I checked, so we need a font like Montserrat, something really beautiful and nice that will just uplift the quality of it. Because we're a parking company, I suggest that we go with red to show how serious we are and just how much our job matters and we really care about it. By the way, I will also say I've not had a parking fine recently. This is not me against the parking world. So I've created it. That's ace. Now, first what I want to do is sync our users with the database. So what this means is that when our guys sign up, okay, in the sign up section, again, hopefully you've watched the last video so you get a little bit more context about how this all works. But basically this is all our pages on the left here on the pages side. But if I come over to sign up, what we need to happen is when they sign up here, they get added to our employee section, or it would be customer. If this was direct to consumer, like my last video went into, they'd be the customers, right? And obviously we get payments, that sort of stuff. So what I say is, look, when you create a new account, I need you to go over to Airtable. So we need to link the two together. So to do that, what we're going to do is come over to users, and I'm going to type in sync with data source like so, and then we get the name of our table, which is Parking Ninjas BTG. We just simply click on that. We select the base, which is Parking Ninjas BTG. Incredible. Pick the table. So this will be employees because that's where we're keeping all the people that work there for us. The email is going to be their email address. And the cool thing, guys, is once you set this up, name is obviously name, then save and sync. Once you set this up, whenever they have new employees that join, automatically add it on. Wada bing, wada bam. Beautiful and fantastic. So shall we just check that this actually works? I'm just going to publish this very quickly just to prove that this works. Confetti, even Airtable loves confetti. I mean, Softr loves confetti. I put a new tab. Okay, I'm going to click on sign up and I'm going to say, hey, My email address is itsjack66. My password is this. My name is Jack Roberts. Agree to terms and conditions and then sign up. And obviously you can hyperlink those if you want to. We've done that, that's signed up. Now how do we check that this has actually worked successfully? Well, we would see it in our wonderful Airtable, okay? And do we see it? There you go. We're in there. It's my magic, guys. It's brought it over. We love it. Okay, cool. Bin these guys off. Cool, and we've got 2 users now. So I did that just to show that that's basically what we need to do. Okay, cool. So now we've done that, what do we want to do next? Let's look at the pages that we've got. So what I suggest is sometimes it's better to go simpler rather than more complicated. If you're looking to monetize this, like on the podcast I discussed with David on the channel, start off really simple, very, very narrow, one problem. So to keep this as simple as humanly possible, I'm just going to do a couple of things. Number one, on the sign up page, we need a logo. So I'm going to update the image. If you're struggling for a logo, by the way, guys, come over to Midjourney and just type in anything you want to. So if I said parking logo, okay, you can build this on Canva as well. Like, you know, pick one, edit it. It's like, it doesn't need to be crazy. Simple is better than, you know, more complex, and you can work with Midjourney to build some stuff and edit it in Photoshop. So just find one on there that you like just to get started, okay? Because it's a proof of concept. So in this case, I'm going to select the logo, and I've uploaded this beautiful P parking, which says that we don't like people parking very much. So we click on that, we publish the updates. Now let's go over to pages. We're going to go over to the home page, the sign-in page. Again, it's the exact same thing, just replace the logo on those pages as well. And click on use asset. Awesome, we like that. And then we've got other things like reset password, forgot password, user profile, blah, blah, blah. We come over to the home page. Now, what I'm going to do is basically, this is cool. It's like welcome logged in username. We like that. You can mess around with different things, different bits and pieces. So the thing that I really want here, guys, is this table view, okay? So what we now need to do is we want this system to show, let's say that my name is Ben, okay? And Ben's uploaded 10 different parking infractions he doesn't like. We want Ben to see every single one of the things that he's uploaded so he can go back and check. Now, we can configure this so that Ben can see all of them, but if I just want to show Ben what Ben's uploaded, this is kind of how we would do it. So the first thing that we need to do, okay, is link it to the parking fines database. Now, we don't have data in there just yet, but we're going to add that in a moment, okay? So what we need to do is basically sync those things together. So the first thing Softr will ask you to do when you're doing any kind of list, and remember, it's just connected to Airtable like stringy cheese, it's just all there. So we click on source, again, click on that one more time, and this one was BTG, Parking Ninjas BTG, incredible. And then this is linking to parking fines like so, okay? Awesome, now this won't map anything because there's no data in it just yet, okay? So click that one off. So to fill it with data, what are we gonna do? Well, the first thing I'm gonna do is delete this just for simplicity. All right, I'm gonna come down. Now, what I want you to do first of all is add our custom app. So how do we do that? We come on the right hand side and we've got these blocks. So I want you to type in code, like so. You're gonna get custom code. I'm gonna add that block in. And it's gonna ask for some code. So click on the link down below and you'll see this, just copy all of that. But before you copy all of it, in fact, what I need you to do is come over to your make scenario like so. Come here, copy address to clipboard, go over to the code, Control F, type in echo uniform 2, like so. And can you see this here, guys? This is your webhook. So basically at this stage, just highlight the webhook and replace it with your webhook, which basically means it's gonna go to your webhook rather than one that I made. So it's gonna be a lot easier for you to use. So we copy the entire thing. And then we go back over then to our Softr application. And then guys, just post the code in like that, right? And then click on publish. Publish updates, cool. Okay, cool, we like that. Then let's just preview it in a new page like so. Open a new tab. So basically what's gonna happen, guys, is we will enter information into that, and that will be where the user logs in and they can say, hey, I've got like this, I've got that. And I figured out all the kind of audio and the images to actually work quite nicely. So the other thing I want us to do is just very quickly just add our logo and a few little housekeeping things at the top. So let's just refresh this page because this panel does not want to leave us. So then, you know, start thinking about like the little aesthetics. Let's just do your image. Let's just add our logo assets. You can specify what shows for somebody who's logged in and what shows for somebody who isn't. So if I come here on the logo here, for example, update image, let's use that asset. What I also want you to do is on visibility. In fact, so come features, come down and make sure it's horizontal, that's fine. On this one, come down, make sure it's horizontal. That means it will show up the top rather than the left. It's just like an aesthetic thing, but it does make a difference. What else we need to do is let's click on this, and go to visibility on the right and just say who can see this one? Logged in users. In other words, if you're not logged in, you shouldn't really be able to see any of this stuff. That's kind of just like the bottom line, isn't it? So we click on that and publish updates. So guys, now let's go on to build our make scenario and then do the final touches in Airtable. So let's click on preview, like so. All right, cool. So let us upload an image, and all we're gonna do for this one, guys, is just validate the data structure, okay? So click on upload. So I've uploaded an image. I'm gonna enter my email, which is gonna be bingbing77, and I'm gonna record a quick note. Yes, we will allow that. Test, test, 1, 2, 3, can you hear me? Is this working? And then we hit stop, and then we play the message. Allow that. Test, test, 1, 2, 3. Awesome. And then we say, boom, send the data over. Data has been sent successfully. So if we come back over to our thing here, it says successfully determined. So let's run this again one more time. That's absolutely fine. Click OK. Run this module once. We come back over and do the same thing again. We upload the photo like so. And again, just have the email. I also love this little status thing at the bottom. It's like uploaded, not uploaded. Just really nice and simple. You can also take a photo if he's on his phone and just wants to go, which is awesome. And then, is this running? It is. Cool. Then we click send data. Awesome. We come back, and then as you can see, guys, look, it's got the audio, it's got the photo, and even basically everything that we need, all the data to run the entire automation, which is excellent. Okay, guys, so the first thing we want to do is upload the beautiful audio file. So let's go to Dropbox like so, upload a file, and let's do these 4 modules. All right, first one I'm going to do is come down folder. You can pick any folder you like to. Just for the simplicity of this, I'm just going to say throw it in randomly. File name is going to be the audio file name, and then the data is simply the data like so. Then we click OK. Now, the next thing we want to do is to download it. The reason we're downloading it is because we want a URL where if you clicked on that URL, it would open up the audio file for us. So all I want you to do here is copy. Well, if you part of the command, you can just load this, but if not, basically this is what you need this to say, okay? So we copy this together. It's got some specific things in there. So just copy down this text here, the endpoint, 2 files, get temporary link, post, blah, blah, blah. And then you're looking for path lower. So just substitute this with, on the left, you can see here, path lower like so. That will basically download it for us. Awesome. Then we'll have a link that we can click and listen to the audio file. The next step, guys, we just want to add in ChatGPT Whisper. So click on add new module, come over, type in Whisper like so. Click on create a transcription. And then we're going to map the information over. So the file name is simply going to be at the bottom here, which is, where do we go now? Photo is name, excuse me, not photo name. Where am I at now? Audio name, and then audio file data. Prompt is just going to be to transcribe this. And essentially, guys, that's literally it. Then we click OK. And then we just run through this one more time. We just call this one here, and I'll call this one transcribe. Okay, get the spotlight off. Awesome. Click OK, and then run the scenario once. And then I'll add the data in, so run this one over. Let's quickly just blast this one through. Head back over, download and audio is done, API call's finished, and then we can transcribe it here, which is excellent. And then guys, we just do the exact same thing with images. So let's rename this one for upload audio just for consistency. Beautiful. Okay, so let's copy these two. So to do that, just hold Shift, Control C and Control V, and bring this one over, and then let's connect them. And then we'll rename this one upload. I'll call this one upload photo. And of course, we want to change the image to this one, which is awesome. Copy that. Oh my goodness, guys. It's misbehaving a little bit, isn't it? It loves to misbehave. Okay, upload photo. And then we'll call the second one here, download photo. Cool, all right, so let's have, and then we basically substitute out the part. So we come down, instead of audio name, we are simply gonna go for photo name. And instead of that, we go for the photo data like so. And it's that straightforward. And obviously it just goes in the exact same folder that you want to, or any folder that you prefer. Then guys, once we've done that, we basically now, what we want to do is essentially have the vision thing explain what it's seeing. So let's add on this one here, click on ChatGPT like so. Let's type in vision. Great. So before we do that, guys, I'm just going to unlink these ones and run through the whole scenario one more time. So come down here, click run once. So upload an image, click send data, it comes straight back over then to our automation like so. And once we do that, we're able to get the code that will appear in download auto. So we know exactly what to feed to ChatGPT. So we come to ChatGPT now. Again, we'll say here, describe the image in great detail, maximum 200 words. Awesome. And then it wants a URL to describe. So we come down to add image. Image URL is simply going to be this, as you can see, download photo link. And that should take us to the image that we uploaded, which is pretty awesome. Come down to model, GPT-4o, max tokens 300, that's fine. And then this one, guys, of course, was gonna be a quick name. So we'll call this one image. Actually, let's call it vision. That's probably a cooler name, isn't it? Vision description. And then what's in this, guys, this is then when we're gonna give a prompt that basically tells it something quite interesting, okay? So this is where we can actually feed it the data from the vision and the data from the audio to create something that will actually go into our bespoke report. And bear in mind, you can make as few or as many of these as you like. It really depends on the use case that you're going for. So come down, let's go for create completion one more time, come up. Now, I'm gonna use just a random prompt that I use. So I'm gonna put 0 tokens so it defaults to the maximum, model GPT-4o, add message, role is going to be user, message content. Let's have a look. You are Officer Ticket, a witty parking violation chatbot. Your mission is to inform drivers of their parking infractions with humorous exaggeration. You will receive, first piece of data we give it is a summary of an image showing a car violating a parking law. So for that, we just input the vision description. An audio transcript from parking agent detailing the broken laws. And for that, we just need a transcription of the audio. So let's go find what that is. Transcribe, test, 1, 2, 3. Awesome. Then we give it a task. We tell it to talk about parking violations. We say it's they give it some feedback on the tone of voice. Basically, create any prompt that you want to add in there, and then we click OK. I'm going to right click on this one, and then we'll call this one report generator. All right, awesome. So when this all runs through, then guys, what will happen is we will have now at this stage the report generator. We've got the photo, we've got the audio file, we've got the transcription, we've got a description of the photo, everything we could possibly need. The bit now is how we actually put that into a document and then basically create something unique for everybody else. So in order to do that, what I want you to do is head over to Google Drive. Specifically, head over to docs.google.com, and then we're on this template gallery here, guys, and we're just gonna pick out a random template. For the sake of it, loads of cool, funky, different things that we could do. Let's say that we like the look of this one here. Let's go for this geometric brochure, okay? So once you open this geometric brochure, or whichever one that you want to, you double click on it, we can then specify any data points. The way that you do that in this example is you can just get rid of this and you type in 2 curly brackets, let's just say title, close curly brackets. That's basically as simple as it is. And then we can have product overview. So let's just say we call this one parking crimes, close curly brackets. So design this document however you want to. Do you want this to be what their image is? Okay, that's cool. That's no problem. Let's just do that. I'm keeping this simple just for the demonstration purposes. So we'll have the company, we'll have this, let's just call this one email. Again, I'm not making this one look great, but I'm just doing it to show you how you can configure everything. So we've got email, title, parking crimes, and then this can be the image, and then this could be everything else. So we're gonna title this one Parking Ninjas with our beautiful ninja emoji like so. And once you've created the file, Parking Ninjas, Google Docs saves automatically, so if I refresh the page, it's all there. Incredible. Now guys, this is where the magic happens, and I think something really, really cool. So next thing you can do is click on the plus, type in Google Doc like so. Google Docs, and I'm gonna edit, basically create document from template like so. And then we're going to select the account that we're on, which is the document ID. So check here to choose file, Parking Ninjas, which is incredible. And then it should show us all the different variables that we can set off the back of that by using those curly brackets. And would you believe it, guys? Here we go. This is really cool. So look, then we go to email. Let's pick the email that we want. Now this says selected document does not have any image. So let's just go back and change that. So let's go over to our document over here, which has completely disappeared. Let's open it up here. All right, cool. So let's add an image in here. Let's just go down to insert image. All right, I've added this crazy wacky image here, for example, and let's refresh the page to show that it's up and live and having a good time. Cool, head back over then, and then let's refresh this entire thing, and it should give us the opportunity to change that image. And there we go, body image URL number 1. So whenever you place an image in, it just numbers at 1 to however many you have. And then basically, if we replace that image with something else, that is where it would populate in the dimensions and size that you want. So that kind of just makes life a lot easier, I think. Cool. So then let's do the final touch point. So we've got email. Let's go all the way down to the bottom to add the email thing in. Let's come over here, right down to the bottom. Email, Bing Bing 77. The title, this is just a random thing, just put example header. Obviously you've created the things that you want to. Then we've got the parking crime section. So that is going to be the output from report generator. And then we've got image URL, and for that we've got here download photo link. The title of the document could be anything you want to. You could just call it, for example, Why don't you just call it with their email address name, and then it just has like 1, 2, 3, not save it and stuff. And then document location, we'll just save it to the homepage or home drive, whatever. Cool. And now we've done that, guys. What I want us to do is download that document as a PDF so we can have the actual file in our database. So to do that, we're gonna do one more time. We're going for Google Docs. Click on the top here. Let's go for download a document. Cool. The document we're gonna download here is going to be the one down below. So document ID, give that a second to land. In fact, we wanna map it. Excuse me, let's map it. Let's come down to document ID and just click that. Type we want is going to be in a PDF document like so. Now this will give us a file, but what we need is URL for Airtable. So you may have guessed it. All we do once more is we copy these two little Airtable modules. Control C, Control V, we bring them over. Oops, let's come off that for a second. Come down, and then we're just gonna connect these guys together. Cool, and this one's just gonna rename this one, download report. Awesome, and then we just need to change these different aspects. So come over to, there we go, file, let's download Google Docs, it gets it, and then we've got download a report, and that will give us a particular, if I could come here, you can see it's already mapped now over to 13, which is awesome, it's done that automatically for us. Then click OK. And the last thing I want to do, guys, is map it all over to Airtable. So come back down here one more time. And tragically, guys, I did the cardinal sin of not saving it, and the entire scenario has completely disappeared. So to save you time, I'm just going to show you exactly what the last step is on this automation, which is the Airtable. And basically, we just map everything that we've already created, run the scenario up to this stage. So basically, you would unlink, like so. And then you would just hit run once, it would run the entire scenario, wait for new data, and as that comes through, you can connect the entire thing together. So on the Airtable thing, we click on that, and look at this, then we basically just map everything over. So look at the record, we come down and we select the email. Then we do the voice, which is going to be basically the input from, so for example, if you look at this, right, download the PDF, we've got upload the PDF, basically go through each of these individual sections and just pop them in exactly where they need to be, like the transcript is just simply the text from, if you can see, the transcriber module. So we come down, we basically put all these things in here step by step, click OK, and that, guys, is the entirety of the automation. Again, just show you exactly how that works in real time. I'm going to record a message together. So let's just say that we are going to do one for this image here, which is a bit crazy. So this guy is parked on a rock. He has no idea what he's doing. He's got this terrible car. He's destroyed his undercarriage. He may not be aware, but he cannot park there. Awesome, then we're gonna load the image. Cool, then let's give it this email here for Bing Bing 77, for example. Ace, and then we click send data. That's awesome. We come over to the automation and let's run this module once. And now it's completed. If I check out the Airtable, I should see a brand new one. And there I do. Look at this, guys. Everything we just recorded, completely visible there. There's the thing that we looked at, and it's added to the previous document that we got as well. So we come down and check this individual. You've just been caught. Brand new crimes, explaining everything that's gone on there. There's the email address. And then if I come back over to Softr, I should see it in the Softr table. And are there 3 records now? There are. Awesome. So how do you do the final bit in Softr? To do this in complete automation, guys, all you need to do, okay, if you come over here, for example, we've got to configure it, and then we've got to set up some logic that says only show me images that has that individual's email address on it. And then, guys, how you configure the Softr is really straightforward, just like I showed in the last video. So we pick the source. So in this case, this is Parking Against Humanity and parking fines. And then, guys, what you do to determine the content that you want them to see is you come into content, and you basically select all the bits that you want there. So for example, do you want them to have the ability to use a search bar? If not, just remove it. And it's as simple as that. And we can come down, and essentially in here, guys, we'll have everything that we want to show them, right? So let's have a look at what we've got. We click on the main section. I've chosen image, so you click on image. The media type is an image, and then your content, you click on that, and you'll be able to see all the stuff that you had in Airtable, and then you sync it up. So I want the image, awesome. Next thing I want is the email, great. What's the content? You come down, you select the email. So on and so on and so forth. The voice, I want the audio file, report, you click on file, you click on attachment, and so on and so forth. And then you'll have all the data that you need in the file, ready to go. So then if we only want the user to see this, we would click on source, we would come down to the bottom and add this thing here, which is if the email that you see on there is exactly the same as the person who's logged in, then enable them to see it. Now, let's hit publish on this, and let's just validate that that works really okay. So we're gonna open this in a new tab, for example. Now check this out. How do we know that this works? Well, look, it depends on who we're viewing it as, right? So this has got like, basically this is just a random person logged in, so we don't know what that looks like, okay? So we're not seeing any particular data. We can see this field here, which we shouldn't do. So let's just come back and change that. We click on this, we click on visibility, all users. Let's just say logged in users only and hit publish, publish changes. We come back over here, we refresh the page, and almost by magic, that should completely, oh, well, it's right there actually, which is fine. But if I were to log out, for example, okay, now we can't see it. Now the world makes sense again. But look, if I was to preview this, for instance, let's have a quick preview. Now, if I'm logged in as somebody who's got already records uploaded, then I should be able to see it. So I'm previewing here as Bing 77, so I can see all these things. But if I change that very quickly to Sarah Ann, we'll be able to see it. I should be completely disappeared, and it's not there. And guys, that is the complete automation end to end. I hope you can see the potential of this and just how you can configure this in a billion different ways. I really hope you enjoyed the video. Have a great week, and I'll see you in the next video.